Hey guys, what's up? Toyhouze here. Today I want to talk to you about my Atlantiss Karazhan experience. Atlantiss Karazhan was a private server for the Burning Crusade, and it's actually been a lot of fun. I haven't been playing too much on there lately, as I've been back on Classic WoW leveling alts in preparation for the Burning Crusade. But I want to talk a little bit about the Atlantiss Karazhan experience, tell you my thoughts about it, and kind of reminisce on how fun it was, honestly. So starting with launch day, Atlantiss Karazhan was super hyped. I mean, it was so hard to kind of like move around your character because there was so much lag. It was crazy. It was actually like the launch was pretty much at scale, I would say, almost of like classic. I mean, obviously classic was sharded, layered, so obviously it was probably way bigger, but the experience felt super similar with just tons of players in the starting zone, and it was super intense. Like, you couldn't even tag a mob very easily. It was awesome. I actually prefer that experience. Like, you gotta basically sit your character right where the mob's gonna respawn and just get ready to melee hit them to tag them. Like, it was amazing. It was like so many people were ready to play. It got better as you left the starting area, but it was almost like a race. There was like people racing to try to get to 70 as fast as they could. But really, what I want to talk about is like how awesome it was to play the Burning Crusade and to play like a Burning Crusade launch, and how that is really got me super hyped for the Burning Crusade, because that experience on Atlantiss Karazhan, I feel like, is gonna be what it's gonna be like for TBC Classic when that gets released, except probably smoother, better, all the good, but minus some of the bad. Like, you can't even tag mobs, right? It's not necessarily a good thing. But I mean, it was just amazing to play a new race. Like, I rolled a Draenei on day one. It was just so awesome. Honestly, the more I play World of Warcraft, the more I realize like levels 1 through 5, maybe 5 through 10 as well, are like some of my favorite levels to play. The game is just super simple. It's super chill. You kind of learn your character. It's a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to being able to play Draenei and Blood Elves in the Burning Crusade Classic when that comes out, hopefully, which I'm sure it will. But that experience was amazing. The fresh quests, and honestly just everything being fresh, was an awesome experience. I know I asked you guys a little earlier yesterday, if TBC Classic gets released, how do you want it to be released? And there's so many opinions out there. Like, should it be fresh? Should it be progression? Should there be TBC progression at all? Or should Classic just be left alone? And there's tons of opinions and discussions about it. So honestly, I don't know how Blizzard's going to do it, because I'm sure they're super in tune with people's opinions, and I think I think it's a tough decision to make. Maybe they'll create multiple options, which could fragment the community, but everyone could be happy then. Anyways, Atlantiss Karazhan was a ton of fun. You got fresh quests, things that you'd actually have to rely on your questy add-on to really do, because you haven't memorized them all, like the Barons or something. I mean, even if you left like the Draenei starting area or the Blood Elf starting area, and you went to other questing hubs, you'd have, if you were Alliance, Draenei there with new quests, or Blood Elves there, if you're Horde, with new quests that were added to the game in the Burning Crusade, that are new, exciting, fun, not too hard, usually in most cases. But the whole world has really changed dramatically. The World of Warcraft has changed. Like, you go to Dustswallow Marsh and you've got Mud Sprocket, and you've got just new quests everywhere. Like, it's so much better. I have to tell you, it's just so much better. So another change from the that I noticed on Atlantiss Karazhan that will probably definitely make it over to TBC Classic was the easier time leveling. Now, I'm not referring to the Atlantiss Karazhan 2X experience, which honestly, in my opinion, felt fine. It was actually the fact that in TBC, you actually did have an easier time leveling. It was actually the amount of experience needed to level was reduced, and the amount of XP that you got from quests actually increased. So TBC is just a smoother ride to max level. So, I know a lot of people are preparing for TBC by leveling a lot of alts, which is fine, and you'll be ahead of other people who wait, but it's going to be a better experience in TBC. So maybe your last alt will be that Draenei Shaman or that Blood Elf Paladin. Another really big change that I noticed in Atlantiss Karazhan that was actually really funny was that there's just Blood Elf Paladins running around everywhere. Like, I feel like a ton of people roll Blood Elf Paladins. I think they're super popular. I mean, for good reason. They're really, really good tanks endgame. And, it's Paladins on the Horde, of course. A lot of the things that TBC brought that were freaking awesome were the class changes. And I have a class changes video that goes through this. But, it's just crazy how buffed everyone got. I love the demonology tree for warlocks, how things that just used to buff your demon are now going to buff you as well. Just so many buffs across the board for pretty much every class to make them even better, which again, it makes your leveling experience even better, makes your end game even better. Some of the changes, I talk about all the time, the talent tree fixes, you don't have to get improved rend if you're a warrior anymore to get impale. If you play, if you play shaman, you've got more mana efficiency talents, which really was needed because shamans, frankly, are just struggling with mana, I feel like, all the time while they're leveling as enhance. Even more so elemental. So tons of talents that really just fixed things that, were issues with certain classes. Atlantiss Karazhan is a ton of fun. I hope that honestly, it's probably too late to do a fresh launch, but I would totally play another fresh launch just because it's that much fun. But I mean, the Discord community also had a really big impact on the enjoyability of playing TBC. So I really like how typically servers on WoW Classic have their own Discord you can join and have fun in. The Discord community was hilarious. It seemed to me to be a large European population, which was a lot of fun coming from an American who, is not European. It was just cool to see other languages and other people and stuff. Whenever the server crashed, which happened a lot in the first few weeks, everyone would type F in the Discord, which was hilarious. And I know some people were actually raiding. Maybe it wasn't even the first few weeks. Maybe it happened for months after it launched. But people were raiding, and they were just so pissed off when the server crashed. Rightly so. If you're doing a raid boss and it just crashes, that kind of sucks. And so now I'm kind of talking about some of the bad stuff about Atlantiss Karazhan experience, a private server experience. Another thing that I kind of critique about Atlantiss Karazhan was that there was really a limited amount of players playing PvP. There would start to be announcements saying, Arathi Basin just started because, frankly, there, wasn't enough people in the Arathi Basin, and it was going to stop. It was going to just end because there weren't enough players. So, as someone who likes PvP more than PvE, this was a huge negative experience for me because I just leveled my tune to 70, and I was getting ready to just PvP a lot, and I realized, wow, this is really, not going to happen. You can obviously still arena, but you absolutely need to get those off pieces through honor points. So I was kind of disappointed with that. Kind of the downside of a private server that TBC Classic will definitely fix. I think there's going to be a huge PvP crowd there, considering how many people want it to be High Warlord or Grand Marshal, things like that. So definitely looking forward to that. Another thing I learned from this actually is that you really don't want to play Alliance if you want to play PvP. I mean, it's super lopsided. I don't think I won a single battleground. I did not win a single battleground as Alliance for weeks on Atlantiss Karazhan. I don't think I ever did. Maybe one, maybe? I don't know. But it really shows that people know the game, at least on private server, and they know that Horde racials are just better, and that causes all of the people who are PvP oriented to go Horde. So right now I'm in the process of going on to Classic WoW, re-rolled Horde, because originally me and my friends were going to play Alliance, but you know what? It's just not worth it if I'm all about PvP. So I'm going to re-roll. I'm in the process of re-rolling Horde. I'm playing Priest. I think Priests are really good at PvP. One of the top few classes, I think. Obviously, up to your opinions. There's better ones, I know, but that's basically what I'm planning on. I mean, Will of the Forsaken, hardiness for orcs. Even War Stomp is good for PvP. All these racials are just so much better than what the Alliance have. Not to say the Alliance racials are bad. It's just they're not as tuned towards PvP. Sleeper human racial diplomacy is super good for TBC because of all of the reputations there are in the Burning Crusade to level up. I mean, there's a ton that were added. So overall, I would say that the Atlantiss Karazhan experience was an awesome experience. I would do it again, even maybe play a different class, play a different faction, but it was just awesome. I'm so excited for TBC. If Atlantiss Karazhan is any indication of what TBC Classic might be like, then I'm super hyped. I can't wait. It's going to be a ton of fun. Absolutely enjoyed hanging out with the community, leveling, experiencing it all. I would do it again in a heartbeat. So that's kind of my review of Atlantiss Karazhan, my experience with it, and how that experience hopefully is going to be what Classic WoW TBC is going to be like, but even better. So that's all I had for this video. I wanted to share my opinion, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. If you like this, don't forget to like, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. See you guys.